Hello and welcome you all. Guys, is my voice is audible?
Yes,
Yes,
audible.
you are audible.
Okay. So welcome you all guys. Today we will be conducting this demo. Okay. This particular demo sessions will cover that as an offering from a Oracle Fusion Technical. What are the course contents and whatever the delivery mechanism that we will be following, what we are expecting from the participants, how this course is going to be helpful, and where this course will lead you, like after completion of this particular course, whatever your career aspirations, okay, that will be fulfilled, and we will be providing you hands-on support as well as guidance to excel into your career. Okay, so let's start this particular journey where anybody who's familiar with ERP, enterprise resource planning as a tool, anybody has ever heard about Oracle, they might have worked into an IT background or a non-IT background, they might be have a student still, or they have recently passed out, or anybody who has been having a professional working experience either into an IT domain or non-IT domain. Okay, all these category of participants, if we have, this course will be very helpful to give you a meaningful direction to your career where you can learn, grow and excel, okay, in terms of personal satisfaction, professional satisfaction and financial satisfaction as well. Clear guys? So going ahead, this particular course has been designed in such a way that this fusion technical course, okay, out in the market, that if there is a courses available, those courses are not going to cover all the aspects, all the technologies into the fusion technical. Okay, being as a fusion technical consultant, you should need to be aware of multiple technologies and different aspects of day-to-day technical consultant work profile. Okay, so we try to map and cover each and every bit piece of the fusion technical consultant journey where they are supposed to work on different activities. Okay, and this particular domain is not specific to any particular domain, while this particular course has been designed that it covers complete fusion technical track. Okay, whether it will be a human capital management, supply chain management, financials or CRM, whatever the application modules have, okay, it will cover. Please rest assured with me, if you don't understand what is ERP, what is different modules, what is human capital management and supply chain, we will be covering everything in this particular demo. Okay, so taking ahead, this particular course has been designed and conducted by Triotech Software Trainings. Myself, I am your trainer Piyush Jain. Okay, uh, I am roughly having 17 plus years of technical techno-functional experience into the Oracle domain. I am an ex-TCS and ex-Oracle employee. Okay. I am conducting a corporate trainings for more than 20 years. I initially started giving up the corporate training with AppTech and IIT Technologies Bangalore into database, SQL, PL, SQL, Java and .NET. And almost for 10 plus years I'm doing a corporate trainings and the individuals one-on-one trainings into the technical and functional domain of related to the oracles. Okay. The major expectations from the participants that we have and whatever the core objective of this particular training is, we want each of the participants to collaborate with each other, set your aims, okay, and be committed whatever the learnings that we are having. Okay, usually we used to have 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes of session. I request each of the participants, like whatever the training that we are conducting, they should at least refer to the videos for almost half an hour to 45 minutes of time they must spend. And since this particular training is more focused and depending on to the hands-on practical experiences, request each one of you to contribute and build your hands-on competency while executing the exercises, assignments and different aspects of training that we will be providing. Okay, the core objective is like whether you are a technical consultant, non-technical consultant, you have any background, you have any knowledge, or you are just a fresher in terms of a college pass out, or fresher in terms of a professional journey or anything, you should be holding out yourself as a professional fusion technical consultant after completing this 2 months of training. Okay, that is the objective and the target that we are setting from ourselves for each of the participant who will be joining in the training. Okay, talking about who should be benefited from this particular training and what could be the core benefits of the training. Okay, you might be a fresher, working professional, HR professional, business end user. Okay, doing any clerical job, you might be doing any data entry job into the organization for their end-to-end running business. You can undertake this particular training and you can establish yourself as a professional fusion consultant. Okay, the benefit that okay, why you have been choosing this, why you are not going into the AWS training, why you are not learning as a Python developer or a Java developer or something. The reason is that this particular domain itself is not meant to make you the developer. Okay, developer is somebody that he is the minimum entity into the organization. He work onto one piece of development and he himself does not know whether that piece of software is being integrated, used, that code which he has written is in use or not. While that is not the case of a consultant, as you might have seen lawyers, you might have seen CA, you might have seen uh, doctors, they can be a professionals who can do the consulting work. Okay, similarly, once you are familiar with the concepts, you became specialist into the fusion implementation as a technical developer or a technical consultant, functional or a techno-functional consultant, you being the solution architect. Okay, so this will give you a additional edge that you can establish yourself as a freelance consultant as well. Okay, since these tools, Oracle being a giant organization having this multi-billion dollar of the software, no smaller player, no small organization will be purchasing these tools. Okay, only big giants, bigger conglomerate, bigger organization running million of dollars of organizations. Okay, they will be implementing these particular software. So you will be always getting a chance to work into the biggest of the organization, working with higher management, CHRO, group CRO, okay, VPs, and you will be core part of their decision making, or whatever the decision they are making, you will be evaluating those decisions, suggesting them from technically what is feasible, what is not feasible, what are the best practices into the domain of financial implementation or HCM implementation, and accordingly you will be providing the solution. Okay, Oracle being a big giant, okay, multiple technical collaborations might be happening at the Oracle. Oracle itself is very advanced into the technical stack. Okay, every quarter new things keeps coming up into your domain. Okay, so you will be never feeling that okay, that you now need to move into some different domain. You might be a Java developer, now you have to be a Spring developer, you need to learn a new framework, or you need to change the domain. That is not required, because Oracle itself is an ocean of technology. You will be getting loads and loads of technology enhancement, which you keep learning and using those particular skills for your client and your customer basis. Clear? Certain rules that we have set. Okay, we will be starting a class daily. I want each one of you to collaborate with each other, because this is a community learning experience. The more you will collaborate with each other, support and help each other, you will be learning fast. Okay, I want each one of you to join at least 5 minutes before the training session. If possible, keep your name or details like this, which represent your first name, last name, your location, that you are from India, Delhi. You you are a techno functional, functional, any number of years of experience, and it is not mandatory that everything you should be writing, but something that can help me to understand what is the total strength of the participant, whether they are from the financial domain, they are more technically equipped, they are less technically equipped. Accordingly, we will modify our course contents, and accordingly we will be delivering the lectures, taking up those particular sort of examples which will be suiting to your particular uh, capacity and understanding. Okay, as discussed that this particular course is a more of a hands-on because this is a technical, so request each one of you to do more and more sort of practice. Okay, talking about the course contents. Okay, we will be learning and discussing about different aspect. Anybody who has been very new to the ERP, they does not know what this particular software is all about. Okay, suppose first time you are learning about Microsoft Office. Under Microsoft Office there has been multiple tools like Excel, MS Paint, MS Word. Okay, so each and every tool must be having certain common factors and something which is very unique. Okay, like in Microsoft Excel as well, you have something like file menu, view menu, in cut, copy, paste, edit, and same options are available into your Microsoft Word as well. But what is common and what is unique in Microsoft Excel? Microsoft Excel is having a cell based of data formatting, while Microsoft Word is offering you a plain text sort of sheet where you can do the text editing. Okay, so similarly, while we are learning about different tools, different technologies, we might be coming across that has been certain aspects which are common in nature or which are very common, which will work into all the technologies, or which might be common between two, three technologies, while these are absent into the other technologies. Okay, so we will be focusing what are the common aspects and the different technical stack, different tools, technologies, and different work life of the technical consultant. Once you join any project as a fusion technical consultant or fusion functional consultant or as a fusion techno functional consultant, and we will be discussing about all these things: what are technical, what are functional, what are techno functional, what are architect, what are business users. Okay, talking about this, the main course content has been divided into these major categories. We are talking about enterprise application. We will be discussing what do you understand by enterprise application, what are the different sort of enterprise applications available. Like, there is no foundation that if one software is available, then Oracle should only make and build a software of that type. Okay, as there is no limitation, like if there is a mobile phone available, any vendor, any company can build the mobile phone. LG, Samsung, Apple. Okay, there is no limitation that only one company can build the mobile phone, but each of these mobile phones which has been built by different organization have their own benefits, merits, demerits, cost effectiveness, and it's the personal choice of the individual as per their desire and requirement that they will pick one brand or one particular model of a organization who are providing those mobiles. Okay, similarly, there has been multiple key players into the market who are offering the similar sort of services or similar sort of softwares called ERP softwares. Okay, some might be specialized into some activities, some might be specialized into some another modular activities. So it depends on to the choices of the individual based on their requirements. Okay, like suppose there is a software A which is more advanced to support payroll processing into US market, while there is a software B which is more equipped for handling the recruitment activity, like how the person has been hired. There is another software C which is more equipped how handling the financials of the organization, how the account will be paid, how the amount will be paid, received, how the general ledger will be maintained. So accordingly, based on the needs of the organizations, the legislation values, the kind of the volumes of implies that we are handling, Okay, multiple factors will be there. Based on that, the organization may be deciding to choose and pick from one of the ERP application. Okay, and out of whatever the ERP applications that are available into the market, the main focus area that we will be targeting on the Oracle Fusion. We will be understanding about different modules that are available into the course of the Oracle Fusion. What are the different roles of a consultant that you can target to be? That you can be a technical consultant, functional consultant, business user, system administrator, and we will also discuss about different sort of projects that are coming up into execution, so that you will understand, like, as your fusion technical consultant journey, what are the different aspects, what are the different opportunities where you can be utilized and you could be tagged into different sort of projects, what will be your career journey. Okay, and how good you have been involved into different aspects of the project execution, so that you will face confidence executing different phases of the project, and you will get to know what are the utilization values, as well as the financial commitment, or the financial, you can say, uh, financial relief that you will be facing while being a fusion technical consultant, because there will be ample of opportunities into the market. Okay, if you go to any of the social, or the, you can say, job recruitment portal, and search for Oracle Fusion Technical, okay, ranging from 0 years to 12 years, 15 years, you will be always getting 1000 plus always open positions. Okay. And all those positions will be majorly with the big players, big organizations only. Okay. If you see that there is something from the small company as well, then also the small or mid-sized company or a consulting firm might be having that position, but their end users must be a big organization like General Electronics, DP World, okay, Tata Corporations, Reliance Power, okay, the bigger organizations has implemented these sort of ERP application, and they must be requiring a consultant to run and manage and execute different aspects. Okay, so as a part of this particular training, we will be learning about the foundation first. Okay, because we have designed this particular course in such a way that anybody who could be a fresher, this course should need to be benefit to them as well. We are not fast forwarding or running or skipping any of the topic, but we will be starting from the very beginning, very scratch. Okay, we will be learning about certain languages like SQL. If you are familiar with SQL, good enough. If you are not, we will be covering all the SQL aspects that are required as part of this particular training. Okay. We understand about data, what is data type, how to represent the data, different representation of the data. And two major representations of the data is XML, JSON, and CSV. We will be discussing with the practical understanding how we can represent the data into different aspects. Once we have represented it into a simpler format, how we will reformat it into an XML format, how we will reformat into JSON, then how we can correlate the data which is there represented into an XML or JSON formats. Okay, moving ahead, these things are the foundations or very basic or common aspects. Okay. In addition to that, parallelly, we will understood that, okay, if we are using a Fusion as a tool, so how to access Fusion application, what are the different, you can say, navigations, what are the different functions available, what are the different screens available. We will be looking parallelly certain key screens and certain application access that will be providing as a technical consultant, which are very important to know, familiar, and execute and traverse, because as a technical consultant we will be referring those screens to get more inputs or to process different aspects of the technical work which has been assigned to a individual contributors. Okay, clear? So, moving ahead, we will be discussing and covering as a part of a fusion implementation project, enhancement projects, or a support projects. Okay. So, major project types are four different types of project. One is the implementation project, where the organization has purchased this particular tool and they want to implement that tool for their organization. So, as a technical consultant, we must be a part of Oracle implementation projects where fresh implementations are going on. Second category is that there could be a support. Once the implementation has been completed, the software has been purchased, it has been configured, it has been in use by the organization, but there could be a day-to-day challenges they are facing because they are not that expert, or the implementation there might be certain bugs or certain scenarios are not working. Okay, so there might be a support required. Okay, so you might be a part of a support project where being as a technical consultant, whenever any issues has been reported, any ticket has been assigned to you, you will be working on to that particular ticket and resolving the issue. So those projects are called support project. In addition to that, what has happened, suppose implementation has completed, there has been permanent support work is also going on, but as a part of that particular support, it has been observed that there has been certain issues getting reported multiple times because there is a process gap, there is a technical failure, there is some design issue, or there is a requirement of one particular component which is missing, because as a part of a technical implementation it was never discussed or never thought of that that sort of scenario might come up. Okay, to overcome such challenges, organization or client might have requested that okay, we want a team of a technical consultant, a functional consultant, or a team of consultant who will understand and take a requirement from us again for the missing part. Okay, once we will be providing those missing part details, please build those areas and help us. It's like suppose there is a land, there is a user, he has purchased the land. Okay, so if he has purchased the land, first thing is implementation of a project will be correlated to that fresh land is there and he is constructing, the end user is constructing a house, so he will be hiring a team of consultants, architects, builders, and they will be constructing the house freshly. That is the implementation of project. Okay, once the house has been constructed, he might be using that particular house, staying into that particular house over a period of time. There might be certain maintenance required, some painting is required, repainting is required, some plumbing work is required. Okay, that is called support project. That during the execution of the project, when the project is live and day-to-day operations are happening, okay, the software is in use, there might be certain maintenance activities or certain support is required, that is called support project. Okay, on top of that there could be an enhancement project. What has happened, while the house has been built, it was observed or it was the requirement that okay, ground floor to be built with 3 bedrooms, one hall, kitchen, like that. Okay, over a period of time there is an extension to the family requirements, and now they want the house to be extended in such a way that two more rooms has to be constructed at the first floor, first story has to be built up. Okay, these sort of project is something called enhancement. So to build a new story, again the same set of technical consultant, functional consultant, project managers has been called off. New requirement has been provided that okay, this is the house that we have built, it has that much basement, it has that much sort of strong beams. Please evaluate. We want two more rooms to be constructed at the first floor. If that is feasible, if that is sustainable, please give your proposal and build these things. Okay. And while you are going to construct a new enhancement onto your home, you will be providing certain key aspects. You will be providing the previous detailing, you will be providing that okay, we want this to be into this design, this will be the architect, this is the paperwork that we have done. So all those things you will be providing to the new consultant as well, right? So in the similar way for the enhancement projects, we will be getting a base model, base documentation, base architectural, base components which has been built so that we can refer for the enhancement projects. Clear? So moving ahead, being as a fusion technical consultants, what are the major actions that you're supposed to work upon? So majorly, being as a fusion technical consultant, you will be involved into two major activity. One is data extraction. You will be working into the majorly into the data extraction part. Like thousand transactions are happening into the software, and you will be extracting those thousands of transactions by some means and presenting that data into some format of reports, like in an Excel based report, PDF reports, letters you are generating. Okay, like suppose there has been 50 people are getting hired every day into the organization. So you are supposed to extract the data, present it into some meaningful manner, and showcase that to your group CHR on a weekly basis or on a daily basis. Or for each individual who are getting hired, you are supposed to extract that data and represent that data in such a way that one letter has been generated an issue to the newly hired person, that okay, welcome, you have been hired and congratulations that you have been hired as a position of a senior technical consultant. You will be based out at California location, and Mr. John Matthew will be your reporting manager. Like this letter has to be generated and triggered and send it across to the newly hired person, right? Clear? So while to extract the data as part of this particular course, we will be majorly focusing and learning about the technology called Business Intelligence Publisher Report, BIP report. There is one report technology that has been offered by Oracle, that is OTBI. We will be learning about one data extraction technology, that is HCM extracts. Okay. Similarly, as we are extracting the data, there must be some insertion of data into the software as well, right? Clear? So if there has been some tool like Microsoft Office, you are using Microsoft Word, so using that Microsoft Word, there must be some insertion of data. Using that particular tool, you might be creating multiple documents, you might be creating some learning documents, some BRD documents, you might be preparing some course content, you might be preparing some BRD, you might be creating some test cases. Okay, so all that is called creation of the documents, right? So once you have created those documents, there might be requirement that there must be certain maintenance required. What are those maintenance? That you should need to open up and some redesigning, some character, some heading you will bold, something you will remove, and you will modify that component, that document, to more suitable to your business requirement. Sometime what has happened, enhancements are required, that the document that you have prepared, that covers only three aspect, while now one another perspective, some another content is required to be added. So you are enhancing that pre-existing document while writing and maintaining new enhanced components. Okay, clear? Similarly, when we are using and talking about different tools and technologies that we are learning about data extraction, we will be discussing and learning about the tools that supports you to perform bulk data operations, like creation of data, updation of data, deletion of data. Okay. And there has been some tools and technology that we will be using, like HCM data loader, spreadsheet data loader, file-based data import. These are the tools that we will be learning. Okay. And guys, one more thing is, like, we will be working and learning all these tools and technology. The course content is quite extensive in nature because we are covering complete fusion technical course. Okay. The reason and the purpose is, like, certain tools. If we talk about first of these two tools, BIP and OTBI, these are the two tools and technology that can help you to support to extract the data. Okay. These technology will extract all means of data, whether that data belongs to the human capital management, that data belongs to the financial transactions or to the supply chain transactions. Okay. So certain tools are very common in nature that will work into the all business object, while certain tools which are very specific to the module or domain specific, and they are utilized and useful only to be that particular module. Like HCM extract. HCM extract is the tool that will help you to extract the data, to represent the data into a meaningful format, but it can work only onto the human capital management related data. Okay. Similarly, if we talk about, there has been certain tools which are very specific to the module, like HCM data loader and spreadsheet data loader. These are the two tools which are to be used for loading the data, to manipulate the data, to insert the data, to update the data, or to delete the data into bulk operations only for the human capital management. While FBDI is the tool that will help you to support, it will help you to support data creation, updation, deletion for financial and supply chain module. Okay. In addition to that, we will be specifically learning about integration technology. Suppose there is two different applications, one application A and one application B. They need to interact with each other. Application A is a .NET based application, while application B is a Java based application. They don't know each other, they can't communicate with each other because they don't have any common practices or common protocols or common language. It's like if some government officials are meeting, like we Indian officials are meeting to the Japanese delegates. Okay. So Japanese delegate does not understand English and Indians does not understand Japanese. Then in between we have a interpreter. Okay. What that interpreter is supposed to do, that whatever the Indian delegates are saying in English, they will interpret it into the language that has been understood by the Japanese delegates. And the reply that it is supposed to receive from the Japanese delegates will be translated back to the Indian delegates into the specific language that could be English or Hindi. Okay. So there could be possibilities, like although these softwares are very big and they are specialized to handle each and every aspect of how the organizations are working. Okay. But talking about this or adding to that, nobody is perfect. Some might be having some specialization, some might be having different specialization. Like suppose company A, they have the ERP solutions and they are specialized into the human capital management, while there is a company B, they are specialized into the financial management. Okay. So company B is using the other tool while company A is using Oracle Fusion as a tool. While there might be a requirement that company A has to process the data or talk to the company B. So talking to company B is nothing but to share across certain aspects of data. Okay. Like for example, you are running one organization. That organization has employed 10,000 employees. And to running and managing those 10,000 employees, you have implemented Oracle Fusion as a tool. In that Oracle Fusion as a tool, you have implemented ORC, Core HCM, where you will be managing all your employees. And once the employees are working for you on a monthly basis, you are supposed to pay as well.
Hello, we are not able to hear you.
Okay, okay. Yes. So in addition to that, what has happened? Suppose you are running your organization and you have hired certain employees. So for those employees, you are supposed to pay as well. Okay. So to pay, you are running a software called Oracle Payroll as a software. Okay. While you have been paying to your employees through different banks like HDFC Bank, American Bank, Citibank. Okay. So these banks are also certain organization in themselves. Okay. So you have implemented Oracle Fusion while these banks like Citibank is using SAP as a tool. Okay. So SAP has their own protocols, own boundaries, and own limitation. So your application of Oracle Fusion is supposed to send an instruct to the Citibank that okay, please pay all 10,000 employees that are working for me as per their CTC. Okay, but how you will instruct, how SAP will understand, okay, that is something called integrations. The two applications should be integrated. So we will be learning about that particular tool using this integration technology. This is usually an end-to-end separate course, but as a advancement, like lot of queries are coming like fusion technical course along with OIC. So we will be covering up complete OIC hands-on as well in this. Okay. In addition to that, we will be learning about business processes. Okay. Like suppose you are hiring an employee, you are changing the salary of an employee. Okay. So is it allowed that within the organization anyone can log in, search for the employee and change the salary from 1 lakh to 2 lakh? No, right? If someone is changing that, it should be up following a approval process. It should be approved by his manager, it should be approved by his HR manager, and it should be approved by the head of the department. Okay. So each organization might be having a different aspects how they want to define the approval mechanism. We will be learning about how to define different sort of approvals for different sort of business processes. Okay. We will be learning about different aspects of the security of the Fusion application. Although these two topics like sandbox and security will be majorly covered and part of the functional training, but we will be learning how to create a new user. What do you understand by the roles? How to create a custom role? How the user who has logged in, he will be having different access through which they can logging into the system and look into the different functionality of the system to perform different aspects of the training work, day-to-day work. Clear? Clear? So this is the high level course, and talking about the overview as whatever that I have explained. Okay. This is what like Oracle being a tech giant. Okay. Oracle being a very bigger organization and he is a pioneer into the enterprise application. For almost 4 to 5 decades, Oracle is being building and providing solutions into the enterprise applications. And there has been other key players as well who are very good into the market and they have good stake into the market. But why and what is the purpose of Oracle? Oracle is a complete suite. Okay. It is not specialized only into one particular domain or one particular module, while it provides multiple suites. Okay. It is capable to provide you the tools and technologies for the integration purpose. It provides you the tools and technology for the handling bulk data operations into the data creations, data update, data deletion, bulk data extraction toolkits, bulk data reporting tools, bulk data integration tools. In addition to that, it support majorly all the day-to-day operations of to the organization, right from the posting of a job, identifying the candidate, creating an interview, selection of the candidate, hiring a candidate, then assigning a work to the employee, then promotion, transfer, retiral, termination, reverse termination, rehiring of the employee, absence management of the employee. In addition to that, the goal management, performance management of the employee, payroll of the employee, compensation management, reward and recognition to the employee. Okay. In addition to that, learning management to the employees, certain trainings has been provided which the employee is supposed to undertake learning. In addition to that, once all these things are done from the HR domain, Oracle offers different capabilities and the works for the financial, where the organization, if the organization is being built, they must be providing some services, they must be having certain products. Okay, so for those building up those products, they might be requiring some raw material, they might be having some production unit, they might be having certain plants, inventories, organizations. Okay, so that is called supply chain management. In case any organization is having some product to be built, they must be requiring some suppliers. Based on that suppliers, they will buy the raw material. Once they make the raw material, they might be maintaining that raw material into some inventory. Once they will do the production, they will convert that raw material taking from their internal inventory and produce the finished goods. Once the finished goods are ready, those goods will be also stored into some inventory. From that inventory, it will move to some warehouse. From warehouse, they will be moved to some wholesaler or some retailers. Okay, so we are this time what has happened, our company has become supplier to other organizations who are willing to purchase our finished goods, right? So if we are buying some raw material, if we are taking some services from our suppliers, so we must need to buy those products. So once we are buying those products, we must need to pay to those particular vendors for the services which they have offered, and the services which they have offered is the raw material. Similarly, once we have built our product and we are supposed to provide this product as a services to different buyers, so if some buyers are taking our product, we must be receiving some input. What is that input? We must be collecting some money against which we are providing these services. Okay, so all these transactions of sending a money to the suppliers till receiving a money from a buyers, okay, all these things are to be managed into the financial module, which is a financial activities. Okay, so Fusion being a tool that will support all the transactions from the human capital management, from the financial management, as well as from the supply chain management. Okay, talking about the roles that you might be executing as a consultant, once the project has been initiated, whether it is an implementation project, it is a support project, or it is a enhancement project. Okay, these are the big term projects. These projects are not like just making one website which required 1 month of time. Okay, every organization who has opted for these bigger ERP tools like Oracle Fusion and all, there will be a bunch of consultants having different sort of expertise. There might be 5 functional consultants, 4 technical consultants, 2 senior developers. There might be some architect. There might be 5 or 10 business users. There might be 2 super users. Like a team of multiple people will be built. Okay, out of those technical consultant, although you are undertaking this course as a technical consultant, you learn and understand all the technical aspects, but in a day to day life, in the actual things, you will be majorly working into 2 or 3 major part of the technicalities. Either you will be majorly focused onto the data extraction and reporting, or you will be working into the personalization or enhancement or integration, or you will be majorly working into the Oracle, using Oracle tools and technology for performing bulk data operations like bulk data insertion, creation, updation, and deletion. Okay, and let's understand the terminology of these consulting roles. Okay, and as a technical, what work you are supposed to do, that we have discussed, that you are supposed to work on to the data load, that there is a data available. Why the data is available? Suppose you you are running your own organization and everything is working fine. Okay, suddenly what has happened, there is some collaborative opportunity, or you have purchased some another organization. Okay, you acquire some running business. That running business is also having 10,000 employees. That organization that you have recently acquired, they are managing their 10,000 employees and their payroll into one software called Software X. Okay. While you are already have implemented Oracle Fusion. Now you say that, okay, since I have acquired this organization, so all these asset of this organization, including the people of that particular organization, belongs to me, so I have to treat them equally. Or if not about equally, I have to manage their things into my own software, which is Oracle Fusion, to have the uniformity of the application. Okay. So what will happen? Then the technical consultant is required that will extract the data from that software, transform that data into such a way that it will be loaded into your Fusion application. Okay. So sometime what has happened, that software that was used by that particular organization, the software X. Okay. But we are technical, but we are a technical of Oracle software. We are don't know about that particular software, right? So it's the responsibility of that team or that software expert that they will be extracting the data and handing over that data to you. Okay. Yes, collaboration is required, that you can tell, discuss that, okay, if you are extracting the data, extract it into this format, send me the data into a CSV file, send me the data like one record per person, like this, whatever the requirements, whatever the common things, the basic things that are required, that the technical person from that software will support. Okay. And once the data is supposed to be loaded, it is up to you how you are supposed to handle. Suppose you will say that whatever the data that you have just extracted and give it to me, I will handle whatever changes, modifications that are supposed to be required. I will do that modification and I will load. Or sometime what has happened, you will educate them that, okay, if you want that data to be loaded into Fusion, you should need to extract the data in this specific format. Okay. Then it's the responsibility of the data extraction from that particular tool and technology to extract the data which will be understood by your tool, and you does not need to manipulate the data, and directly you can load the data. Okay. Talking about different roles like technical consultant, functional consultant, techno-functional, administrator, and end user. Okay. Let's take an example of a mobile phone. Okay. If you have recently purchased an iPhone, okay. If we have iPhone, the moment you open the iPhone, will it be into a running state? Can you make the call from the iPhone? No, right? Because this iPhone is ready to consume product, but still before you are supposed to make use of that particular iPhone, you are supposed to make certain configurations. What are those configurations? You are supposed to open that, you are supposed to register for your iCloud account, you are supposed to install certain softwares, you are supposed to implant the SIM card, and then only you will be able to make that particular call. Okay. So there is a client. Client is somebody who has purchased the Oracle tool. Client is somebody who has purchased the iPhone, who has paid for this particular services. Okay. But client does not know how to install the software or how to make the iPhone start. Okay. So there might be certain consultant, the functional consultant is required. Suppose you have purchased the iPhone for your grandmother. They are the end user. Once the phone is ready, you will hand over this phone to your grandmother, who can make use of this particular phone to make the calls, to make the video calls using WhatsApp and all. Okay. That is something called end user. Okay. But the grandmother does not know how to configure WhatsApp. She does not know how to set the wallpaper, how to set the font of your iPhone, how to set the lock of your iPhone. These, for this particular thing, she requires a specialized skill person. That is, she will reach out to you, she will reach out to their grandson or son to get the phone configured, right? That is a specialized job, that is a functional consultant. Once any client will purchase this tool, still they require a functional consultant to configure that particular software. Okay. Clear? Once software has been configured, you have configured everything. There might be that there is certain administrator that it is not requiring any configuration further, but certain sort of administration is required, that the screen time for this particular phone is only 15 seconds. You can administer to make it to 1 minute or to 5 seconds. The date format is appearing into DDMMYY format. You want to show the date format into DDMONYY format. That can be handled by the administrator. Clear? Then there is a technical developer or a technical role. Suppose the software has been provided by Oracle. This software has been utilized, configured by the functional consultant. But end user suppose wants to do certain operations, and to perform those operations manually from front end, it might be requiring 10 days of time, because 10,000 employees has to be terminated. Okay, there is a provision that by going into some UI, going into some portion of the application, you can perform the task. But suppose to perform one termination, it required 5 minutes. To do 5,000 terminate 10,000 termination, it required 10,000 into 5, that many minutes, 50,000 minutes. While there could be a technical possibility that within 1 day some script or something has been done by making use of the technology, and all those 10,000 termination can happen in 2 hours. Okay, that's how the technical consultant role will come into picture. Clear, guys? In addition to that, there is one specific role, that is a techno-functional, that is a combination of both technical and functional. While the implementation projects has been prepared, the team has been collaborated in such a way, like some are specialist bowlers, some are specialist batsmen, some are all-rounders, right? Similarly, what has happened in the team, there are certain technical consultants, certain functional consultants, some are techno-functional consultant who understand both the words, who understand the configuration aspects as well, and who understand about the functional aspects as well as the technical aspects. If the technical team has been built, then also there will be a combination of technical consultants. Some are very specialized or skilled into data loading part. Some are very specialized into the data extraction, BIP, OTBI reporting and all. Clear, guys? Talking about ERP as a tool, what do you understand by ERP? Okay, we will be discussing about all these aspects. What is ERP? What are the different constants? We discuss about all these as well. Like there could be different modules like human capital management, supply chain management, ERP management, right? And what are the benefit of this? Like different versions of Oracle tool. Initial version of Oracle is Oracle EBS, and now the latest version is Oracle Cloud, Oracle SCM that we used to say. What are the benefit of this? It has automatic update, no DBA is required. It will be automatically updated by Oracle, and everything will be owned and managed by Oracle. It will give you the access management, any number of users. Suppose today you are having a license for 10 users, tomorrow you are growing, you want 10 more users, you can get the access. Each individual has their own key. The UI has been improved, everything every actions can be performed from the user interface only. The infrastructure has been improved, the performance of the software has been improved from this particular tool. It has become more convenient. Earlier version, like you cannot open this software into any of the browser, you cannot open this software in multiple screens, you cannot open this softwares and perform similar operations multiple places. You cannot open and do these transactions from your mobile devices. Now the convenience that you can open the software multiple places, multiple browsers, multiple machines, and even into your tablets and iPads and mobile phones. Okay, it is has become more cost effective because it is more of a. Yes, Asif, you have any question?
Yeah, good morning. I have a question here. These are the basics of Fusion and EBS, right? Instead of that, as it is a demo class today, uh, I would prefer if you can show something which is like inside the fusion, like OIC or something. If you can give a small
Yes,
overview
yes.
or brief
I will
idea.
be now I will be covering those aspects. Give me 10-15 minutes. We will be covering all those. Okay.
And the other question I have is like, is it going to be very basic like this? Because I'm already from EBS, but I'm not sure about the other attendees because
That
I'm not looking
that is
for the basic
that is the
very
reason,
easy.
Asif. That is the reason we also don't know what is the group constraints of. Okay, so this is a demo session. Everyone should be have to be a same scale. Okay, that is the thing. This is not going to be basic. This is hardcore, technical, hands-on, practical learning experience. Okay, I will be
Okay,
covering.
okay,
Just give me 15 minutes. Okay.
sure.
So, guys, like as we discussed that we will be discussing, like there could be enterprise applications and enterprise application, there could be multiple key players into the market. Oracle being one of the organization, SAP is the organization, Microsoft has their own tools, ServiceNow has own tool, Workday is one of the tool, and there might be hundred of other HR applications or different ERP applications as well. Okay, so each of the application has their own merits and demerits. Oracle as a vendor itself is offering four different sort of tools into the ERP domain. The most famous and the most utilizable and the most focused tool is Oracle Fusion Cloud that we will be learning. Prior to that, there is e-business suite, R12 or enterprise application that we used to call from the Oracle side. Okay. We will be demonstrating these ppts in such a way so that you will be getting familiar what is the course content that we will be providing, how we will be providing you the learning experiences. Okay, and we apart from that, what will be majorly that you will be learning out of this particular course is SQL. As we discussed, we learn about select statement, what are the columns in case we need to specifically select certain columns, different aspects we will be learning from SQL. Then what do you understood by XML, the structures, tags, paths. Okay, one more thing, that this is a consulting journey, that you should be learning only those aspects that are specific to the fusion technical course. Okay, we are not claiming that we will make you the XML developer or XML expert. Okay, because XML might be very vast. Maybe I'm not particular saying about XML, but any technology could be very vast. But if that technology all 100% is not utilized into the fusion, then there is no point that we will be covering 100% aspect of that particular technology. Like talking about SQL, in SQL we have different sort of languages like data manipulation language, data definition language, okay, data control language. But DML and DCL are not part of the fusion. Only data manipulation language is available, and out of data manipulation language we have different commands or statement like insert statement, update statement, merge statement. But those are also not available into fusion. Only select statements are there, so we will be focusing only onto the select aspects. Okay, we will be learning about web services, what are web services, web methods, different sort of tools related to web services, the web services which are commonly hosted, the web services which are specific to the Oracle technology. We will be learning all these aspects. In OIC also we will be learning what is integration, what is the purpose of integration, different styles of integration, different adapters, connections. We will be learning about to manipulate the data through at ATP adapter using FTP. We will be writing the file, reading a file, deleting a file, moving a file. All those technical aspects we will be learning from OIC. Okay. Talking about like the course contents and the learning mechanism that we will be following, like we have created these sort of ppts for you for your references after the class. You can refer, because it is not always advisable and possible for you guys to refer 1 hour of video recorded sessions. You sometimes wants to quickly brush up the things, so these sort of things like how to access different tools and technologies, okay, that will be clearly documented here. Okay, creating of a data model. Suppose we talk about creating of a report, so we talk about how to create. Okay, we will be learning all practical demonstrations, but in addition to that, to remember and recognize the steps, we will be creating these sort of PPTs, and this all has been provided to you. Okay, creating a report on based on the data that you have extracted. Okay, creating of a new job. And as part of this particular course, that what we will be targeting, this will be a complete hands-on practical demonstration course. Okay, very little theory or majorly onto the practical demonstration. Based on the practical demonstration, I'll walk you through very quickly with the PPTs or the course contents, or the contents of that particular topic that we will be discussing, so that you can correlate what you are learning with those particular materials which we will be providing. Okay, this majorly will be Monday to Friday. On a special request or certain aspect, we will be covering sometime Saturday classes or the assignments I will be providing for the Saturday. Whatever the discussions, the learnings that you will be having, okay, that will be having a complete lifetime access for your video recordings. We will be providing you instance for Fusion application for almost 5 months. You can practice this particular course even after completion of this particular course. That instance will never be getting refreshed. So whatever the configuration, the components that you will be building, the the component, the learning that you will be doing, that will remain with you for 5 months. Okay, you can take your own backups. Okay, we will be providing you the learning material. We will be supporting you, like any sort of doubts that you have, you can always raise your hands and clear. We will be taking you the practical real-time problems into the training. We are not teaching you to the basics, we are teaching you the actual real-time scenarios of the practical implementation of the projects. Okay, our team will support you into your resume preparations. We will conduct a mock interviews, and we will refer you for a freelancing work or to the any opportunities that we have come across. Okay, in addition to that, whatever the consultants which has been taking up the course from us, they might be a fresher, they might be a professional, they are switching their domain, they are international students. Okay, so all are getting placed majorly into these sort of organizations. Okay, talking about details about the course, I'll take 5 to 10 more minutes. The more detail you will get from this particular course content, okay, you will be more pleased with this. We will be discussing about what is a ERP, whom this course is designed for. Okay, what you will be learning about this particular course. You will be learning in-depth understanding of various technologies like BIP, OTBI, FBDA, SDL, HCM data loader, fast formulas, HCM extract, BPM. You will be learning about sandboxes. You will be learning about SOAP and REST web services. You will be learning about OIC integrations. You will be learning about integrations using BIP and HCM extract. Okay, and all these tools are also interrelated in sometimes. Whatever the data you are extracting from BIP, you have to modify that data and insert back into the Fusion system through HCM extract. Whatever the data or the screens that you are fetching or navigating from BIP, you might need to customize those screens. Whatever the transactions that are happening into the system, you might need to request it that those transactions should be followed by certain sort of approval mechanisms. So all those things you will be discussing and learning. Okay, talking about the course contents in detail, this is that what we have discussed. We discuss about introduction to ERP, product families
Hi,
like.
Piyush. This is a repetition what you run through earlier. So can you go ahead and show something in terms of the and can you find out how many are junior, I mean no experience and with experience, so that you can
Sorry
accordingly
interrupting.
you can align
Yes,
your pitch.
yes, Nitin. Yes, that will be done. I believe admin has already provided you the links. Okay. Once everyone has got registered and filled those particular links, we will be getting to know what is the experience, what is the level of understanding of each and every individual, and accordingly we will plan the course contents. Okay.
Okay, I have another question. You are focusing on HCM. Can you cover finance or supply chain modules as well in terms of the data movement?
Yes, we already have FBDI, we have ADFDI as a tool. We are learning the web service related to supplier and financial module. We will be covering all those examples as well. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose for BIP, suppose we are taking up BIP because HCM is something that is where every individual can correlate because they understand that suppose they are the employee, they will be hired, they might be having any manager, they might be having their personal details. So while writing BIP queries and understanding, we are majorly focusing on the HCM, while OTBI is the aspect where the more dashboards are supposed to be made, more data has to be presented in such a manner that the decision making is to be made. Okay, there we will be focusing on to creating the reports using financial domain subject areas and the supply chain related aspects. In FBDI we are using because FBDI is a tool that is specifically designed to do bulk data operations for supply chain as well as financial. In web services we will be learning the web services related to the supply chain and financials, because in HCM the major tool is HCM data loader, but for financial the major tool is different APIs, the REST APIs which are available, that should be used to perform different sort of data manipulation. Okay, so we will be taking up all those different aspects of different modules. Clear? So guys, this will be shared with you. Please refer to this particular course content. In addition to that, as you have requested, as part of this particular course contents, once you get registered, you will be getting all this course material. Okay, in this course material, talking about suppose one of the one of the course content, suppose we have prepared all the samples, we have prepared all the templates for you to be handed over. The course contents along with the PPTs will be designed in such a way that you can refer to. Okay, different aspects that you can refer, everything will be covered.
Excuse me,
Okay,
sir.
question.
A second. Just 1 minute.
Yes.
Any course content day wise, can you configure it? For example, BI cover in 10 days. Is a what of the course of the content in 10 days? Such kind of the detail is available in this demo session.
This particular complete course is available. Specific to class wise we don't have, but generally
So,
like BIP will take 5 days, OTBI will take 3 days, HCM extract will require 3-4 days, like that. OIC required 5 days, HDL required 3-4 days, HCM extract might again require 2-3 days, HCM spreadsheet data loader ADFDI required 2 days, FBDA also required 2-3 days. Web services, understanding REST, SOAP, all those tools and technology, hands-on will require 3 days. Workflow required and notification required 3 days minimum, like that. But we have not specifically have a course content related to the day wise, because it already depends based on the flexibility. Sometimes there is no point that we will be teaching SQL because everyone knows SQL. Okay, so we will be very flexible. We might be expediting something as per the requirement of the batch that they have been to. Okay, clear guys?
Will we get the access to the OIC server,
Yes,
WebLogic server?
you will be getting an access to OIC server during the course contents. When we are discussing and learning OIC, we will be providing minimum 1 month of access to OIC. Okay, and after that as well, if required, we can provision for a subscription model for OIC server that you can discuss for with admin. They can assist you for that as well, but minimum 1 month subscription will be provided for OIC instance, and that will be complete OIC instance experience. We will be discussing all these things: what, why, and how the integration, different integration style, different connections and adapter. We will be learning how to create a new integration, how to delete an integration, activate, deactivate, log the integration, how to create a clone of the integration and modify. We will be creating our first integration. We will be learning about to pass different sort of you can say parameters to the integrations. Okay,
Piyush, you mentioned that OIC is for 3-4 days, right? But
come
it's
again.
another
OIC
course.
is for
You mentioned that you will be taking 3-4 days for the covering OIC, right? But it's a vast course. It will be, I mean, If you go with the OIC separately, it will like 2-3 months only. It is something like it's very big.
I didn't get your question.
No, you mentioned that OIC, right? OIC you will be
Yes.
taking, you will be covering for 3-4 days only. But
No, minimum 5 days is required for OIC.
okay, but the 5 days will not be sufficient for the OIC, right? It's very big. I mean, the course content is very big. I mean, like it will take more than 2 months to cover all the topics in the OIC. Because I was going through the OIC course separately. It's been like 1.5 months. Still, the 1.5 month is pending. But how do we cover in 5 days? Because there are a lot of, I mean, like generals, general payloads, invoices, all kind of topics which you need to cover, right? You'll be providing the basic idea of this OIC, or you'll be teaching any one integration. How do we do that?
No, you just go through with this course content. If you have already gone through the OIC for 2 months or something, you
Yeah.
tell me what has been left. We will be discussing about each and every aspects. We will be learning about different aspects of the action. We will be learning about designing different OIC workflows using variables, global variables, switches, scopes, loops, like for loop, while loop. We will be learning about different sort of staging operations. We will be learning about FTP adapters, read, write, delete, download. We will be learning about ATP adapters. We will be learning about exception handling. In addition to that, once we learn about all the technical aspects, we will be learning and building one complex integration as well, stitching all the components. Okay, we will be learning about calling different sort of REST APIs. Okay, like suppose we are supposed to call any BIP report through OIC, we are supposed to send the notification as an attachment to any particular user. We will be designing an OIC from different aspects of Hello World, like whether it's a schedule based or app driven or a basic routing. Everything we will be discussing.
Okay, in this 5 days only. Yeah.
See, I'm not committing that it should be only 5 days. It could be
Okay.
7 days as well. It depends like how we are progressing.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what is the release of the Oracle you are going to teach on? I mean, is it the latest version?
Yes, latest version only. In addition to that, you will be getting an access. You will be provided some user access in case you are not familiar with the thing. Oracle Fusion is a tool which will be a, like if you have a Facebook or you have a Gmail access, so there will be a URL to access provided with username and password through which you can access your application. Okay. Once you access this application, this tool, we will be covering not only the technical aspect, but we understand and learn about certain functionalities or the transactions as well. What this particular banner is, what is these tools and icons are about, how to access the backend layer of this particular tool. Suppose we are supposed to go to the OTBI. So come here, come to tools, and then we are going into the report and analytics. Okay.
Hi, Piyush.
Just a second. 2 more minutes. Then I'll take up the questions. In this, guys, we have prepared the samples. Okay. Every hands-on technical discussions, every concepts that we are going to discuss in BIP, in OTBI, in you can say HCM extract, in HDL, okay, as well as in OIC. We will be having 100 plus actual samples created that you can refer. Suppose we will be discussing about learning data set. One of the key component of learning BIP reports, there is something that we are learning data models and data sets. So all those data set samples that are possible, okay, in a real-time course of contents, that we will be preparing a sample and we will be discussing SQL based with multiple SQL based. We will be learning about CSV based data set, XML based, UCM based, web service based. We will be learning about preparing a data set using an Excel file, single Excel file, multiple Excel file. Then there could be a combination between Excel and CSV. Similarly, if we talk about that, we are supposed to learn about how to pass the parameters. See, We have created so many samples like different aspects of passing the parameters, single parameter, multiple parameter, list of value parameters, selecting all the values of the parameter, selecting multiple values from the parameter, depending parameters. Okay. If we talk about templates, while we are creating a report, different aspects of to create the report, whether the report to be created through generate template, through wizard based, or to e-text template, Excel based template, RTF template, we will be covering all those things. Learning about bursting, all the concept of bursting, we will be having a readily available sample for you, and we will be demonstrating, making you learn, and we will be sharing all these code components with you so that you can refer these at later point of time. Okay, talking about OTBI reports, see, so many reports we have created, like how we can express these reports, single subject area, using table properties, different properties. For each sample we have a different concept that we will be discussing, and then you have these particular reference points as well that you can always come and refer. And majorly for each concept we have created one separate file or one separate analysis so that you can specifically focus onto that particular concept only. Okay. Similarly, for if we talked about HDL, okay, in HDL, we have created so many sample files to load job, grade, positions, translations, location, organization, worker, all these things we will be loading and we will be sharing with you guys to refer. Okay. In addition to that, we have captured some best of the documents which are available. These documents might not be available now because Oracle has decommissioned these documents, some of these documents, but we will be providing and handling over all these documentations as well. Okay. Clear, guys? HTL as well. The PPT is also very self-explanatory. If we go through with this thing, we will be not focusing and teaching through the PPTs, but PPTs has been designed in such a way, whatever the course contains, whatever things that we will be discussing, if you learn those things, refer the videos, and later come back to this while you are executing the things at your own, they are being a very helpful in nature. Okay. Every concept that we will be having, we have kept into the PPTs for your learning and referring purpose. Okay. And I'm telling 95% we are not coming to the, I'm explaining each and every concept. Okay. But those concepts with the practical demonstration only. 90 to 95% it's a practical thing only. Okay. In last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or maybe 5 days of BIP, in last 1 day, half an hour, we will spend that whatever the things which we have discussed, how that things can be correlated from the documentation aspects and how you can correlate with the PPTs. And we are not willing to give you the spoon feed. In addition to that, I will be giving certain assignments, or we will be starting that, okay, if the BIP report is supposed to be built, how you are supposed to make a BIP report into the actual practical real world. Okay. Like suppose if we talk about this is the report. If you are going to build one report, almost these many documentations are required. Okay. What is a migration document? How is the functional specification document that you are supposed to prepare? We will hand over this particular document. Okay. And you can take up any of the report and prepare similar sort of documents as well, which you are supposed to submit to me as an assignment. Okay. I'll explain how this, what is the purpose and all these sort of things. Okay. How to do the data mapping of the report, how the documentation, how the unit testing test case has to be written, because our objective is that after completion of this training, you should be a real-time consultant, not just a learner of this particular tool. Okay. Clear, guys?